I'm living in a scary house. I'm in a scary house. It's the most scary.
Welcome to episode 25 of The Scary Show. Tonight's Scary is a special one. This is the very first story I recorded for the channel a few months before the August 6th premiere. I would like to thank the author for entrusting me with your well-written character and interesting choice of subject matter. I sincerely hope you enjoy. Written by Cheekypuns, this is Our Old Reverend Died Today, and we're looking for a new one.
Old Reverend Paul died today. I ain't much like him, so I won't miss him much. He taught me my letters, but he smacked my knuckles hard with his switch when I messed up. Once he even made them bleed. Nah, I won't miss him much at all. I heard Paul tell Mom that the council was going to vote for a new reverend. That they're looking outside our community for one, as we got none suitable. A place with only 200 souls, everybody knows everybody's business. We ain't too forgiving of our neighbors to have one of them lead us. The council couldn't agree on anyone near or around our parts, so Paul and I had to drive up town and put up a notice on the internet. I do all the internet stuff for our community, as I'm the only one in town that can work it proper. Most folks here have real trouble with their letters. Even Hattie never took a shine to them. Paul leaves me here while he runs errands. I learned a lot of things. The world's a lot bigger than I was taught. A lot different. I don't understand too much of it. We got a fair few answers to our notice. I wrote them all down on paper to read to the council. We got a new reverend. He's to arrive in a couple of weeks. Paul says he's a fine man, very cultured, with proper education. A doctor once. He'd lead our community well. Don't rightly know what kind of man would want to move to our slice of nowhere. Some of us here would do anything to leave one day. No, I sure would. Ma and Hattie came with us to town today. Ma says Hattie's had her puberty and needs some special woman things. Paul says I'm a late bloomer and may have a while to go before my puberty. So I don't need to worry about such stuff yet. We ate in town to celebrate Hattie's puberty. Paul said we could even have dessert, so I got myself a huge slice of chocolate cake. I was full to burst when I finished, but I didn't want to waste a lick. Today was a real good day. The new reverend moved in. Ma, Hattie, and I watched as the men and older boys lent a hand, carting all his stuff inside old Reverend Paul's place. He's a thin man, this reverend. Really thin. Everything about him feels thin. Long, thin fingers, pale, thin lips, and a thin, thin smile. Reminds me of the sickly-looking grass down by the grubby McGregor pond. The one that can cut you if you don't hold it real careful. The Reverend delivered his first sermon this week. He was loud with his words, but everybody loved him. He actually got them on their feet, yelling and agreeing along with all he said. There was a lot about sin in there, but I didn't follow it too well. He shook hands with all the men at the end of the service, but only smiled at the women and children, holding his hands tight to himself like they'd been stolen. He wasn't married, the Reverend, so each family decided to have him for dinner while he chose a wife. We got him on Wednesday. He barely looked at Hattie and I, only asking us at the start if we were good kids and free of sin. We both nodded in silence. Ma had made her roast with extra servings of mash and beans. Ma beamed when he said it was the best roast he had ever had. Paul beamed like he made it. His words sounded as hollow as an empty bell to my ears. I don't know if I care too much for this new Reverend. Yesterday, the Reverend told folks that anyone not married, no matter how old they were, shouldn't be showing naked flesh. No knees, no bare arms, no wrists, no ankles. Naked flesh was tempted, and temptation led to sin, he said. Hiding the temptation would stop the sin. Paul said he wasn't too sure of that, but Ma said if the Reverend said it, it must be right. Ma said that besides, Judgy old Ethel and gossipy old Mary had begun dressing their kids in proper clothing, and we can't be seen as doing different. What will folks think? We came into town to get new clothes for Hattie and I. Long clothes to cover up everything. That way down everything. The next dinner with the Reverend, he still didn't say much to Hattie and I, but he did look long at us. Perhaps he was trying to find a blemish on our soul. Perhaps he was trying to catch naked flesh left uncovered. Whatever he was looking for, I don't think he found it. Makes me miss our old Reverend, he does. Reverend Paul was sometimes cruel, but he was never sly. This one hoarded secrets like a magpie does shiny things. I caught the Reverend staring at me out the corner of his eye the other day. It was a right strange look. I disliked it. I reckon I begun to dislike him something fierce. I can't say these feelings out loud no more. Our community kisses the ground he walks on now. I don't think they know yet what he is. A snake that waits silent in long grass to strike unexpected. Ma shaved our heads today, Hattie and mine. Hair is a temptation, said the Reverend, and the unmarried should not entice others to sin with it. Ma said he was right. This time, Paul didn't fight her. The Reverend was always right, see? But he got to keep his hair. Our unmarried Reverend. The Reverend married young Ruth this week. She only had a few years on Hattie. I was real happy. I didn't want to say it out loud, but I was scared deep down where I hid things. I was scared it would have been Hattie, but Hattie is safe. It's getting longer and longer between trips now. We don't leave the community much more. Paul and I came to town to pick up supplies. They're going to build a wall around the community. The Reverend believes we need to protect ourselves from outside sin, to keep us safe, keep us untempted, to help keep us pure. When I said this was a right stupid idea, Ma slapped me. Mom said the Reverend was always right. Pa stayed silent. It's like they're blind. Walls keep in as much as they keep out. The Reverend has this way of looking at me now, kind of like how Paul looks at Ma when he's deep in the drink, before their rickety old bed starts creaking. Makes me mighty uncomfortable, mighty scared. There's no one I can tell, no one that'll believe me. Because to everyone here, the Reverend was always right. We ain't allowed to show our faces. All folks not married. Because our lips and mouth can tempt others to think improper ways about what they can do, said the Reverend. And the Reverend was always right. So Hattie and I have to wear a cloth around our faces. Ma stitched it herself. I told Pa I hated it. He said, hush. Someone may hear and tell on us, and I get lashed. I can breathe. Try as I might, I can't ever catch my breath no more. I got my puberty. Today's the day of cleansing. The Reverend says once this is done, we are truly safe from temptation and sin, but we be a pure community. He got old man Raph to make belts for the girls that go around the privates. When the boys get their puberty, they get a whole inch of their private removed. Not enough to stop their seed, just enough to save them from the temptation to sin with it. Alone or with others, he says. And the Reverend is always right. Hattie was crying as Paul and I left the town. I told her it'd be alright. Cleansing ain't gonna hurt. Not her. Not like for me. Knowing my future, I truly wish I was born a boy.
heart.